Welcome to the key number 3, that is making 1% change. By now, you are already, if you have followed my previous 2 videos, you're planning realistically. You're assessing your daily wins and your losses and, the lessons which you have learned. You've gotten into this habit of being kind to yourself. You have learned to be less rigid with yourself. You have loosened up. You have you noticed that you didn't shut down every time you ate out of protocol, but just assess the fact that you ate out of plan and got curious about it. You learned a lesson from it and you implemented it in the next 24 hours plan. When you get compassionate and curious about what you do and you're no longer scared of trying new things, that's where the magic happens. In fact, it becomes easier to try new things and be okay when it doesn't work out and still be willing to try something else. You notice that the worst that can happen is that it didn't work and that's it. It doesn't mean anything about you, nothing. It's just something that didn't work, and then you're willing to try something else until you figure out what works. You are becoming willing to try something new. When you decide to do something extra, which you would have otherwise not done if you had planned. Like suppose you planned to eat 2 cookies but then you had 1. Or you had water before your meals. Or you exercised 6 minutes instead of 5 minutes. Notice that you don't obsess over these decisions anymore. You have less binging episodes now because everything is planned, considering the needs of your future self. You notice that the hope is coming up, it's bubbling up. You have wins for you to show your brain that, I can do this. You feel motivated and you feel good about yourself. You're ready to level up. You're ready to tweak something. That is the sweet spot. Now, you're ready for the change. This is a planned change. Ask your brain, what are the small things that I can try that is a bit better than what I'm doing right now? It's 1% change. It doesn't have to be too much. It has to be significant, insignificant for your brain. It has to be very, very small. It has to be realistic. It has to be more than 8 plus on a doable scale. It has to be 1%. It has to be very simple for the brain, almost invisible, like your brain didn't even notice, like it didn't get an opportunity to be shocked. It's that simple. It has to be very simple. Keep at it. Keep finding out. Identify that sweet spot. Plan 1% change for tomorrow. There's no pressure. Keep coming back to being compassionate towards yourself. This is a daily exercise. Keep reminding yourself that if you can't do it, it doesn't mean anything about you. It just means that it doesn't work and that's it. You try something else and you explore what works for you. It can be thin crust instead of thick crust pizza. It can be drinking water before soda or tea. It can be salad with fruit instead of salad with bread. Tweaks are tweaks. If you're doing it right, brain will say, I don't think this is good enough. This is not enough. But then you have to remind your brain and tell it that this is enough. 1% daily change will accumulate or compound to a 30% change in good habits. I know this because I did it and it works. There's no right and wrong. Drop the idea that eating healthy has to be right or wrong. Find out what is right for your brain. It will need practice. It's a trial and error process. Find out, and that's the beauty of it. That's what works. What you are losing weight for good. When you're trying to lose weight for good, you need to do this trial and error and formulate a meal plan which you can follow for the rest of your life. It's a healthy way of eating. Be very slow with it because this is something which you're doing for the rest of your life. Everything has to be basic. It has to be insidious. It has to be doable. It has to be simple. That's the secret. The only thing that gets in your way is your brain. We think it has to be hard and complicated and restricted and punishable or miserable, but all it has to be is basic. Keep doing these three things on rinse and repeat. Keep doing it. Plan, assess, and make the 1% change. Keep doing it every day. I promise you, that's all you need to figure out your ideal meal plan that you can follow for the rest of your life. Number one, plan realistically. Number two, assess your plan for today. See what you did right, what you did wrong, and what are the lessons learned which can be applied for tomorrow. And the third thing is make the 1% change. Yeah, if you keep doing this, you will see the results. And let me know how it works out.